Hi, I'm Jeff Cialetti, Editor-in-Chief of Craft Spirits Magazine, and welcome to this edition of Craft Spirits TV. I am in Berlin for Bar Convent Berlin, and this year it was super crowded. I mean, I've never seen it this busy, so the show is just booming. Somebody told me there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 20,000 people there, and I definitely believe it. As far as the major trends go here, gin continues to dominate. It has for several years. The global gin renaissance just continues unabated, and it is going to continue for years to come. But also there's been a lot of talk about liqueurs here. The category is definitely on the upswing again. Some old heritage brands are sort of reinventing themselves, and then they're making space for some new brands to come onto the market, and especially for premium products, craft products. So it'll be interesting to see how that translates into the liqueur category in the US. And one of the things that the liqueur category really does dovetail with is the low-no trend, the zero alcohol, low ABV trend. Liqueurs by nature are very low ABV, so they're starting to get a little more prominence. And that's an area that's really surging here, not just the low alcohol part of it, but the zero alcohol part of it. There's so many more zero alcohol spirits on the market. Every year I'm here, it seems like there's several more. There's also a low and no alcohol bar that BCB is sponsoring here, which just focuses on zero alcohol and low ABV drinks. So it's a trend that is not going away, and it is finding its place in our market, and eventually I think we're going to start seeing more American craft spirits producers starting to have some non-alcohol options, not just the traditional non-alcohol categories, but non-alcohol spirits themselves. I was also fortunate enough to catch up with Chris Montana of Du Nord Social Spirits. He's a past president of the American Craft Spirits Association, and I kind of wanted to get a few of his thoughts, as this was his first time at Bar Convent Berlin.
Well, I think that reality matched up to expectations. The reason why I came out is I wanted to learn a little bit about the market and just what it would take to enter the European market, be able to do some more accurate cost modeling. I did not come here expecting to walk out with orders for pallets of booze. I mean, that's not realistic, but I wanted to learn, and I think that I've done exactly that, and so I think that it's been time well spent. What's been interesting about the reception is in the U.S. we go around and our coffee, it's coffee liqueur, which used to be our 5 out of 5 for our spirits, and now it's 2 out of 5. And here it's the gin, and which is music to my ears because that's my baby, and we'll talk about gin all day. And I feel like there's so much more to talk about. Not that there's anything wrong with the coffee liqueur, it's a great liqueur, but it has actually been really refreshing to be able to talk about the gin. For this show, I think that one of the things I've learned about this show, at least from my perspective, is that it makes sense to be here if you are fully ready to be here. So if we have our 750 bottles here, they need to be 700 mLs. We need to have the fiscal agent. I think if we were ready to, because we've got, hotel groups and whatnot walking around, we're not able to do anything about that because we're not fully ready to be here. So I think that if we come back, then it will be because we have those ducks in a row, we are available in market, and we can start to capitalize on some of those types of conversations. And it's very difficult to build that, talking to a potential retailer, one day out of a year, they're not going to remember us next year. We need to be able to capitalize on those opportunities right when they happen, and we're not really ready to do that. And I think we've gotten some intel that there are other shows that may be a little better and a little more focused on, the buyers, the distributors who are looking for people at our level. But I hope to be back because that will be a sign that we've, gotten our shit together.
Thank you, Chris, and thanks to all of you for watching this edition of Craft Spirits TV. Don't forget to check out the latest edition of Craft Spirits Magazine, which should have arrived in your inbox, and I will see you next time.